Howdy folks, salutations, welcome back to the Baseball Show, episode 3. I'm going to try to make this as fast as possible, because this is the third time I've recorded this, and I'm a little frustrated now. But we're going to forget about that, we're going to let it go. But anyway, if you weren't following me on Instagram over the weekend, you knew that I was at CubsCon 2020. It was nice. Great experience, great people, great fun, and I will get into the experiences I had and all that stuff in the next video, or however long. This first portion is just going to be what I got and who I got it from. So, first of all, you have to register to get into an event, of course. If you don't have to register to get into an event, I don't know what event you're going to. To be quite honest, I don't think I would trust that event. So, when you got to registration, first thing you did, of course, when you got there, you go get your wristbands and stuff. And after you did all of that fun stuff, you got some stuff. First thing you got was this nice Cubs drawstring bag. And it wasn't empty when I got it, of course. They're not just going to give you a bag. There was stuff in the bag. What was in the bag? Here's what was in the bag. This isn't all that was in the bag. There was more stuff, but the other stuff is insignificant. This is the coolest stuff that was in the bag. First of all, had your program. This told you everything you needed to know about the convention. The events, the schedule, everything. It's nice. Then they gave you a calendar. It's a 2020 calendar. It's a full calendar with every single day of the 2020 year. It has opening day. It has all the Cubs games, the teams they play, the times they play at. And they also have January 2021 and the dates of the next Cubs convention, which are the 15th, 16th, and 17th of January 2021. Of course, that's not all that came in the bag, but that's the stuff of relevance. Now I will talk about what I got. Signed. Of course, you're here for autographs and stuff. That's the fun stuff, right? So, first of all, I met Pat Hughes on the first day. Friday night, after opening ceremony, went downstairs to the exhibition hall, level 1, and I met Pat Hughes, and he was a nice guy. He was a super cool guy, and I got a couple things signed by him. First off was a copy of a scorecard he kept. This is the scorecard kept of my favorite player of all time's greatest game. He got to call Kerry Wood's 20 strikeout game on his radio station, 670 AM, The Fan. If you listen to that station every day during the regular season, you'll usually hear him calling a Cubs game, whether it be in the morning, afternoon, or in the night. As you can see, he signed it to Kaysen. 20 strikeouts for Kerry Wood, Pat Hughes. And of course, that's not all I got signed by him. I had to get a baseball signed. So we got a baseball signed. Pat Hughes right there. Nice Cubs logo up top. Here's it is again. Pat Hughes' autograph. He's got a really nice signature. Next, the day after that, is where I got the rest of these. Second day, met Fergie Jenkins, guys. Hall of Famer Fergie Jenkins, 1991 Hall of Fame inductee. Fergie Jenkins, one of the legends of the game. 4-time 20-game winner, Cy Young Award. This guy was great. Nice signature there on an official Major League ball. Next guy we met, current Cub, the only current Cubs player I met this weekend. Free signing, Kyle Ryan. Super cool dude. Nice guy. He's got a good arm. He's going to be a good player for the Cubs. I'll tell you that one right now. So Kyle Ryan. And then the last one. Another Hall of Famer. Billy Williams, guys. 1987 Hall of Famer. 462 career home runs. Almost 3,000 hits. Sweet swinging Billy Williams. Played with Fergie. Played with Ernie Banks. They were all teammates. And then this one's very special. Ernie Banks, guys. Now, of course, Ernie couldn't have signed this over the weekend. He's upstairs. He's playing at the Field of Dreams right now. But this actually belonged to my grandmother. This is my grandmother's baseball. She gifted it to me. This is Ernie Banks, guys. She's got a great story about Ernie Banks. He was a good friend of my grandmother's, and they knew each other very well. That's a story for a different time. I'll talk about that later. But you guys are interested in hearing about my experiences at CubsCon, so let's talk about it. So we got there Friday afternoon. It was great. Hotel was great. Oh, and I forgot one thing. There was a guy selling baseball cards there. If you guys don't know, I am a huge baseball card guy, specifically Cubs. He was selling baseball cards, and I picked up one card from him. He was selling rookie cards at bargain prices, so there's no way I wasn't going to pick up Greg Maddox's 1987 Topps rookie card. Super clean. It's a great looking card. Greg Maddux, Hall of Famer, great Cub, one of the greatest Cubs of all time, so cheers to him. So, now we're done with all the pickups. Whew. Now, experiences. So we got to the hotel, we unpacked, went to the event, got registered, and at registration, after you got your bag, and they watched you put this on, because you cannot take this off. Like, this has to stay on during the event, so you put it on pretty tight. After that, you were given a scratch-off. Not to win money. This is a CubsCon scratch-off. No, you could win any... Now, from what I know, you could win vouchers for the autograph signings from this. I think that's all you could win. I don't know what else you could have won. You probably could have won a bunch of other things. I don't know. Thankfully, me and my grandfather both got vouchers for autographs, so thank you. So yeah, everyone was given a scratch-off, one per person. And this was a meet and greet with the player. You got to shake their hand, probably talk to them, get a baseball signed, get something signed that you want, one autograph per person. And usually they say autograph only, but players don't care. You're going to get your picture taken. Security doesn't care. The players don't care. You get your picture taken too, because you want the memories. So hopefully you got a good autograph on that voucher. In the program here is a list of everyone who you needed a voucher to sign for you. Me and my grandfather both scratched off Saturday, Stage A, at 2 p.m. That happened to be Billy Williams. So we both got to meet Billy Williams. My granddad, the day before, said, you know who I'd really like to meet at the convention? Billy Williams. There you go. So, went ahead and met Billy Williams. And usually, everyone you could have gotten these vouchers for was a pretty good player. So you could have gotten vouchers for anyone from Chris Bryant to Hall of Famer Lee Smith, Hall of Famer Andre Dawson. You could have met Kyle Hendricks, Wilson Contreras, Nico Horner's a really good one. Jason Hayward's a good one. Rizzo was another great one. And then there were some really good free autograph signings. Like Kyle Ryan, Alec Mills, Bill Madlock, James Norwood, Mike Remlinger. So those weren't bad either. Those were all pretty good. But yeah, if you had a voucher, you generally got someone pretty decent. And there were some on Sunday too. The big one on Sunday was definitely the chance to meet Ryan Sandberg on Sunday at 11 o'clock. So that was the big one for Sunday. You could also meet Carlos Zambrano that day. But the big ones are, of course, the Hall of Famers and the good players right now. So we both got Billy Williams. Yay. So, people we met. We'll go over that first. After I talk about some panels, Went to a few panels. Saw Ryan Dempster's late night talk show, which was hysterical. He made a ton of Astros Stein stealing jokes. He interviewed Epstein, Hoyer, the Ricketts, Tom and Laura, the best owners in baseball. They are really great people, and Epstein and Hoyer are so good at their jobs. They're really knowledgeable, and I know people are angry at them. They haven't made off-season moves in a long time, and believe me, I have my own problems. And that's one of them. But I think if they have the chance, they could really do something that make a move that would change the game. But all that aside, saw a panel with Hoyer and Epstein again, led by Len Casper. Saw a panel with the whole 2020 coaching staff, David Ross, Tommy Honovy. That was also led by Len Casper. That was a nice panel. And then saw a panel with Kyle Ryan, Victor Caratini, Jose Quintana, Kyle Hendricks, and Wilson Contreras called Cubs Talk. That was a great panel, too. Those were all funny. Those all had really funny stories to go along with them. Wilson Contreras told the story about how he told Goldschmidt to... how he struck out Goldschmidt on 3 straight fastballs when Goldschmidt told him to throw fastballs. There was a guy who talked about how he met Len Casper's mom out golfing one time, so there was some funny stories mentioned. So those were great panels and great experiences. Learning what the players had to say, learning what the business managers had to say, and just how knowledgeable they truly are about the game. Oh, and by the way, Kyle Hendricks, one of the smartest people you will ever meet. If you ever get the chance to talk to the guy, don't waste the opportunity to talk to the guy. Listen to him, enjoy what he's saying, and understand what he's saying, because he really has something to offer you. Now let's get into the meet and greet. So, first guy we met, we'll put up the baseball here, was Pat Hughes. Met Pat Hughes after opening ceremony, went down to the exhibition hall downstairs, and we really didn't know what to do. We didn't want to head back to the hotel too early, so we decided to hang around a little bit, and I decided, you know what, I want to jump in Pat Hughes' line, and I want to meet this guy, because I really think that'd be a great autograph. So, got in Pat Hughes' line, waited maybe 25-30 minutes. Luckily, I was in line with a nice couple people there, and they were really great couple people. They were really, really nice. We chatted with them the whole way up until we got to the, up until the table. And we got to the table, and I proceeded to meet Mr. Pat Hughes, and just what a guy. He was so polite, so nice. He would sign anything you wanted. He wasn't limiting you to one autograph. He would sign anything you wanted. He would take as many pictures with you as you wanted. Talk to you forever. He was just such a nice guy. And he really was good to talk to. He had a lot to say. I just told him that I loved listening to him talk, and that it really was a great part of my day when I got to listen to his radio broadcasts whenever I got the chance to. Because usually I was watching the games on TV, and I listened to Len and JD, and sometimes the ESPN announcers, which are different, and sometimes random announcers that I don't even know. But Len and JD are terrific people. But Pat Hughes, what a nice guy, generous guy. He took as many pictures with me as I needed to, signed a couple things for me, so that was super nice of him. He's just a good guy. Couldn't have asked for a nicer experience. Couldn't have asked for a nicer first meet and greet than Pat Hughes, so thank you to Pat Hughes for being such a terrific person, to not only me, but to everybody else, and being there every day of the festival. He was there start to finish every day of the convention. Of course he took breaks, but he was there every day, pretty much all day for the convention, so that was really cool. Next guy, another Hall of Famer, Ferguson Jenkins. So Ferguson Jenkins, you don't know who Ferguson Jenkins is, I told you a little bit about his stats, but he also runs a foundation called the Fergie Jenkins Foundation, supports over 500 charities. 500 charities in Canada and the United States, because Canada's the best. And that's not sarcasm. Canada's nice. So yeah, Fergie Jenkins. This was Saturday. Met him on Saturday. This was the morning right after I got there. And, got there, my granddad went up to go watch the panels that I just talked about. And I decided to walk around a little bit, because I wanted to go meet Kyle Wright. I wanted to head downstairs right away, but I didn't want to get too bored. So I decided to head towards... I took a left after we got into the entrance, and I kept walking, and I saw a huge line of people. And I got there, and I looked around, and there was stuff at the Anthony Rizzo Foundation, where you could meet and greet players as well. And then I saw a sign that said, Fergie Jenkins signing here now.